Hello everybody, Azeradox here, and this time I'll be doing a showcase on Varga Dragres. So the main gimmick of this deck is a re-standing Vanguard that retires front row. So let's go through the right line. So first is the starter, Heated Blade Ardat. You can play any starter. It's just the same with 1 second draw card. So for grade 1, I'm choosing to run Rising Star Virgila. So the main use of this is that when you arrive from right deck, you can Soul Blast instead of discard a card from hand. So this is good because we get to preserve our hand and instead use Soul to write up. So that's basically a +1. You can run Vargas Grade 1, but then you will like randomly Soul Charge a card. So if you don't mind randomly Soul Charging stuff, then sure, that card is also valid. So for Grade 2, I'm playing Boulder X Dragon. So when Varga arrives over him, you call him to rearguard. And what he does on rearguard is actually very good. So when he attack a Vanguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Varga, gain 5k, and at the end of that battle, retire this unit and draw a card. So he's a 15k attacker that retires itself and draw a card. Which is actually good, because Varga is going to retire everything anyway. And then we'll go to the main grade 3, Fitted One of Unparalleled, Varga Dragres. So auto once per turn. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, counter +1, retire all of your and your opponent's front row rear guard, and he get plus 10k. At the end of the battle, stand this unit and you get drive -2. At the end of the turn. So this is why the grade 2 is actually really good. Because Vargo's going to retire all of your front row and your opponent's front row. So if you need to clear your own board after they attack, or have them do something when they get retired. Either way, this is a very powerful skill because you you retire your opponent's board like pretty consistently. So unless your opponent also clears their own board, this is a -2 every single turn, which is huge. And then the second one is Divine Skill. So at the end of the battle, you attack a grade 3 or greater unit. If your opponent at 4 or more damage, and you have used his skill first, so CB1, stand, and gets drive +2. So in order to use this skill, you need to have used the first skill. So because of how the first skill work, right? Like the first skill stand the Varga, and you immediately can drive -2. That is why it is not safe to run the Dragon Empire OT with the stat. You can choose what. I just prefer the blue OT for the crit. So what happened if you run the Dragon Empire OT is, if let's say you already paid the cost for Varga skill and then you check the OT, you're already going to stand, so that's wasted one thing. And then because you already -2 drive, your Vanguard swing it also has no drive. So the only time checking the Dragon Empire OT is good is off of the Divine skill. But that is very not consistent, and it's very you're most likely just losing out most of the time. So it's better to just replace your OT. So we play 4 of Obduracid Glaive Dragon. This card is very good. So front row, if you have Varga, also no front row, if he's the if you do not have another copy of him in the front row, so basically you need to have like him and something else in the front row, he get 10k and it cannot be retired by Varga, which is good. Because now you have stuff that stays even if Varga retiring. And if you have a Great Hero like Varga, he gets boost. So the good thing about him is that you can actually just put him in the back row and boost in the early game. And then when you run out of like a grade 2 attacker, you just push him to the front. And he has 23k big stake. He's very good. So we play 4 of him. Next we play 3 copy of the Persona, right? 4 copy of Drag Rater Shura. Shura is very good because she enables even more multi-attack. So her first skill is when she attack, you can energy +2 and she get power +5. So already she's a 15k attacker. And then you choose one of your other rear guard that's not named Dragritter Shura, and that thing when it get retired from your gut, you put this to your hand. So let's say you attack with this, you choose your Boulder Axe Dragon, you attack with Boulder Axe Dragon, Boulder Axe retire yourself, you draw a card, and then you return Boulder Axe Dragon back to your hand. So Boulder Axe draw your card for a +1, and then this just return that card back to your hand for another +1. Not only that, you can also just call that card again next turn. Or you can even use this for your Grade 1, because your Grade 1 also self-retire. This is very good. And then the second skill is, when she get retired by your Varga's ability, if your opponent's greater or greater, you can CB1 and call her to rearguard, and she get plus 10k. So this is good because Varga's already making 4 attack. And then if you happen to retire Shura, you can CB1 to make another attack. So the maximum amount of attack this set can do is 7 on a Divine Skill turn. You go Shura, Varga, restand Varga, and then because you retire both Shura, they both come back, and then you attack with Varga, and then Divine Skill attack Varga again, and another 2 Shura attack. But that costs 4 CB, so that is actually a very all-in investment to do that play. And this deck doesn't have any counter charge engine. Like, they are generic Dragon Empire counter charge, but they're not good. They're not very good. So it's much better to just manage your CB and see how far you can extend. Next, we actually play the Great Toe Right line at 4 copy, the other 3 in the main deck, because he's just so good. So next here is an option. You can either run him or the Energy Cycler. Personally, I think this guy's better because so when this guy is retired by any card's ability, you EV3 draw a card. So immediately, like that part already does the same as what Energy Cycler does. EV3 draw a card. But the reason I think that this is better is that when this attack, if your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, you soul +1 and you get plus 10k power. So it's a 20k bit stick, and at the end of that turn, you retire this thing. She will already get retired by Varga anyway, so that really doesn't matter. But on the off chance that you attack with him and your opponent check OT, he still retire himself, and then you can use the EB3 to draw a card. That rarely comes up, but if it does, yeah, that's how they work. So this AEB Energy Blast 3, Shura already Energy Blast 2, there's not really a need to play the Energy Cycler for more Energy Blast usage. So this is fine. But if you prefer the Energy Cycler for the better early game, that is completely understandable. So next you play 4 of Dragritter Mid-Height. So he has a simple skill of when your unit stand by a card ability, retire this and draw a card. So your Varga stand, this guy sees it, retires and draw. It's just a plussing. And you can also use Shura on this and your other Grade 1 so that when they retire, you draw and you call it, add it back to your hand. So next time you can just call it again and plus again. This deck, the ability to just plus is actually ridiculous. So one of the rare cards that doesn't retire itself is actually our Cat Cycler, Gullnet. So what Cat Cycler does is when it's placed on Rearguard or Guardian, you put 2 cards from your right deck back to your right deck. So you can only do this a maximum of twice per game. So if you place it on Rearguard, you draw a card. If you place it on Guardian, gain 15k shield. Either way, both are very good. Because this Soul Blast a card and Boulder Axe gets retired by your Varga on turn 3, by turn 4, you can already use this without losing any soul. So it's more of a turn 4 card, you just use it to like dig for pieces. But it's just really good. There's not much other card that is actually really good, so just I would say just this one is fine. 1 copy of Impale Horn Dragon. So if you have Varga Dragres, it's a 13k booster, just solid. And then when it boosts Varga, he become a 15k booster to make a 28k column. And then at the end of the battle, you can Soul Blast one, retire yourself to draw a card. So the reason I only play one is because this guy also Soul Blast. So you need to like between this Soul Blast is actually more meaningful because it gain power, whereas this is only to draw a card. But if you choose to run the energy cycle instead, then I would increase the amount of this card. 3 PG, one of the Elementaria, 4 copy of Roxe. Roxe is very good. So because Varga retires everything, what your opponent can do is just intercept with your front row. So that way they're not minusing at all. So what Roxy does is one place, if you have Varga Vanguard, your opponent cannot intercept until end of turn. So no matter what, your opponent is going to be losing your front row for no value. They cannot intercept, so they're just losing that card. And then the other skill is basically if any card is retired in the same column as him that's in the front row, so either the unit this thing is boosting or the opponent's front row unit. If we have Varga Vanguard, retire him and draw a card. This is just, it's fine. He doesn't gain power. His main purpose is just to more cycling through the deck and also just prevent intercept for your opponent. He's basically a better version of Midheart. And then we play 3 front. I really cannot suggest playing Effect Draw because the deck draws a lot already. You want to just kill, so front is actually better. It crit 1 OT. Any OT is fine, but I like the blue OT because if you give a crit on your Varga Vanguard, like any crit you check on the first Varga swing is going to stay for the subsequent swing. So on your divine skills turn, if you check 2 crit on the first swing, Varga will be 3 crit for all of these, like 3 Vanguard swing. So I think just the extra crit is just more useful. So for regular space, Varga really need this thing. So you can either use to draw 2 card or put it to soul and counter charge 1. So if you need to dig for peace, you can draw 2 card, but you really want this to just go to soul and counter charge 1. Because this is the only thing in this deck that actually counter charges. The other option being healing out your counter blasted damage. So that is this deck, and now let's go to the rank fight. This deck is just very aggro. You can just, but your opponent will also limit. A good player will know to limit how many CB they give a Varga. So you need to make the most out of every CB that you have. The best turn to use Shura is on a Persona turn. Because on a non-Persona turn, you use Shura and that's only 25 if you use the skill again. Which isn't that much value because most of your stuff has already been retired, so she's not really plusing with the EB2. But if you use her on like Persona, then she become a 30k, and that's already like going over defensive. Let's see if we can find an opponent. I might have to edit this part out.
それじゃ行くよ教えてあなたのヴァンガード
Alright, let's go. Is this, am I up against a strike deck? No. This might be mass. Is he letting me go first? Yes, this is a mass deck. Okay. Shura's good, but I already have her on turn 4. Okay, this is a good opening hand. Yeah, we're going up against mass. Omina Gruzier mass, probably. Hmm. Omina Gruzier, they do tend to like leave their front row, but they can just not leave front row. Depends on how. If this guy knows how to play against us, that he will just only leave like one front row to not minus too hard. Let's say. So because we're going first, we would like to just play a bit of a grind game and just not take too much damage early on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What did they put in this soul? Nothing. Mm-hmm. Alright. I don't believe they have any retire on turn 2, so this is safe. So against Omina Gruziel Mass, they're going to just did nullify defensive, but because this deck draws so much, it doesn't really filter anything, so triggers are just going to end up in your hand more often than not. So it kind of just doesn't really matter. It usually doesn't really matter that defensive get nullified because sometimes you get defensive, sometimes you don't because you draw all of the trigger. What did they put? They have a draw setup. What do they have? A front setup. Alright, so they have a draw and a front. They just need to find a crit and a heal. And the OT, if they can find it. Alright, we'll take this. I think this is the one that switches the deck, I think. Okay, defensive. Yeah, this one go to soul. Yeah, he knows. He knows how to fight Vargon. Alright, one to pass. Mm-hmm. Adoro. Oh, persona, right. I don't want to ditch you, I don't want to ditch you, I don't want to ditch you. I'll have to ditch this PG. I don't think they might play Bubetsu, so they might have gut restrict. This is better. And now Boulder X comes out. Call. Uh, alright, this is only 10, so a 10k shield is better for this column. And then for this column, we'll make it as big as possible. Right? And the main phase, yes. overguard this. Yeah, that's 5k more over. And now you're going to take this because it's going for like 28. Unless you have a front in and you want to drop it. Yeah, deny my heal. Mm-hmm. Retire. Draw. Swing unboosted. And now we use that thing skill to EV3 and draw one. Sure. Okay, that's for next turn. Second chat. Another persona. Alright. And now we restand. So because we're going to stand again, I can actually use this to just draw more. Let's try and dig. Let's try to find our Shura. Good, good. He's already at 4. Mhm. Alright. So now, the good thing about Varga just retiring all of like your own front row is that your opponent cannot like deny you CB because they want to swing at your Vanguard and like plus from drive chat. So they cannot just like deny CB. Like all they can do is limit how much CB they give us. I mean, as of right now, I only need 2 CB for next turn because I don't have Shura. Oh, deny my heal. Finding nothing. Yep. Straight to Persona, right? Yeah, I just realized, do we not have Halona, Jinky, and like every other character from Wildress? That feels kind of odd. Like Gee, they might add them eventually. Hopefully, I guess. It feels kind of weird not having like every character be playable. Not only that, we don't have like Chrono and Ibuki either. Like they were in Dia this one. So why are they not in Dia this two? Mm-hmm. CP7 Rowan. They oh nice. So they got draw, front, and heal the knight all at once. 26. So any power up? Okay, this is just bad network connection. I believe there's no power up here. Yeah, there's no power up. This is just bad network connection. Hold on. Uh, or they just quit, I guess? They they might have surrendered. Mm, that feels a bit underwhelming. Let's go for one more game. If we can find that. Let's go for one more game. Let's hope that even this one doesn't surrender on us. Not a strike deck. So I'm going first. I want to keep you, I want to keep you, I want to keep all of this, so this is a good end. Undercover? This might be undercover. Okay. Okay, that hurts, but this I can use it on rear. This one is only on Vanguard to like Vanguard swing. I'm going first, so I don't really need this. I know. Mm, I discard you. Like this guy's free. You cost a soul, so what will they discard? Oh, this is legit undercover. Alright, bring it on. Aggroing on me. I see. I see you. Tick. Can we get a defensive here? No. Oh, losing cat hurts. Yeah, let's sacrifice you. I don't want to go to too high of a damage. No, no, Doro. Okay. Going first, we can just take things a bit more slow. Archetype. PG. Alright. Mm-hmm. He has a Vanguard, so I need to follow booster behind him. Now, will you call a grade 2 in the front row? You probably won't because you call this guy, right? So, you probably want to call Data in front of Tigres. Use the skill CB1, look at top 5. Mm-hmm. Yep. Calling Data, CB1, look at top 5. What do you find? Undercover or PG? Undercover. And now you change that column. Oh yeah, you can just play another set order. Now which stuff that filter actually like shows what they like shows in the deck? Like I know we cannot like actually see the gauge on the undercover, but at least like an indication that something happened because it just goes down, and if you don't keep track of like the number here, you'll miss out. Like I prefer to have a notification of, oh, this card, like put one card here just to know this is a wave. You're just using it to EB2 and like get Tigris back to hand. Oh, not doing it. Okay. Oh, nice. We got Shura. What to discard? This is undercover. They don't really hit that big of a number, so we don't need too many PG. Alright, so because the opponent's on grade 2, Boulder Axe is more useful than this guy because Boulder Axe is just 15k boost, 15k attacker no matter what. This is 20 if opponent grade 3, so right now, this is better. 10k shield. Are you going to drop that or are you going to just like overguard or take it? The other column is 23. Probably take it, right? Yeah. Take it, hope for defensive. And you get it, nice. Nice for next turn. So here we'll swing for 23. Will you drop a 5k shield? Or will you just take it to deny me my heal? You probably want to guard it to just not go too high damage. Yeah. And now Boulder X retires. Draw. Say retire and draw a card. Nice. And now we'll swing here. Varga swing. Will you guard this? The 15k shield is already 2 to pass, so it's relatively safe. Yeah. Sure. Oh, we can really pop off next turn. We just need to draw a persona, right? We're not seeing a persona right though. Hmm. Then we'll get this for like 5k. Without Persona, right? Shura no longer feels that good. Even the Divine Skill doesn't feel that good because the lack of number. This might just turn into a grind game. But we don't have too many pieces though. Like the stuff in my hand is just this is all just like attacking pieces. There's no really shield value here. We're gonna have to take some smacking here. So I figure next turn we'll probably just hold this to one column, Boulder X to the other front row column, the other Boulder X boosting this guy, and let's see if we can draw a great one. Hmm. Yeah, with alright. Apparently people just keep breaking or they just can't win, so eh, this is unparalleled in this way. People just giving up because they know they won't win. And also rank up. Nice, nice. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright. So I guess that's it. As you can see, Varga is just so fast and so aggro that if if you go first, your opponent might just give up because they can't keep up with the amount of like damage this deck can output. So yeah, that's it for this deck. Do like and subscribe if you want to reach more, and comment down below if there's like any deck you want me to make a showcase of. See you next time.